think I have some stuff planned for tonight. I didn't write any of it down. I know that renewable energy is definitely on the list because this is, while it loads, currently using a passive 6 FE per tick. This is going to be a lot more than just 2 FE, or sorry, 6 FE per tick. It's going to be like 200 once we get to really big storage pieces. And I think to start this off, I should probably get a macerator. Let's see. Yeah, pulverizer. That's what it is. I'm surprised it actually corrected that to pulverizer. I'm still stuck in industrial craft, if you can't tell. I'm also going to see if we can get auto crafting with refined storage set up today. Because if we can, that would actually make a lot of things much easier. For now, we're just going to focus on the pulverizer, which is surprisingly cheap. This is actually a pretty powerful machine last I checked. That goes in there. Okay. So we now have enough to make a pulverizer. And I also want a... Is it still called the redstone furnace? Or, yeah, it's the redstone furnace. Actually, search for... Actually, dust. Right? Iron dust. How much RF per tick does it take? 2,000 for one, as opposed to... it doesn't say. That's not all that expensive. And this is speed upgradable in a way that I know how to do it. Actually, no. Now that I open my mouth, I am starting to remember how to do it in thermal expansion too, but I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to go with the mechanism option. There it is. Energize smelter. And we have all the ingredients already, so I don't have to... I probably could have made the redstone furnace in less time, but oh well. Great. Let's just clear side configs. That's going to be the inputs. And this is going to be the output, and I'm going to turn on auto output. And so the plan here is, I know I wanted to do all my copper. If that's all my copper, I think I'm going to do all my aluminum. I'll also take the basic tier installer. Oh, that's all the copper. I know I have a direct use for aluminum, so I'm going to do that now until I remember what I told myself I would use the copper for. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, so now it's going to smelt 3 things at once. It's going to use a lot of power. So once this is done, assuming I can even put this in here. I can't. Excellent. Oh, maybe. Okay. It looks like it has some of the ores, but not a lot of them. I don't know why I'm looking through... Oh, wait a minute. Ah, there's the rub. Damn it. Okay. I never realized that this was just producing 1 dust and a small % chance of a side product. I guess that is a little balanced. Yeah, that's much more balanced, because that would directly replace the ore hammers. Okay, cool. Never mind. We're able to carry things, right? No, I'm not. That's fine. I'll just move this 1 block over. Cool. Awesome. Just smelt all the aluminum. I need coal. That was going to be my next thing. Put the rest of this coal in here. It's not what we want right now, but it's good for now. And eventually this aluminum is going to become a tower for mechanism wind turbines. And at some point I would like to create wind turbine. Feel like that's a bit further away right now, but it should be doable in the future. Let's look at what we need to make a mechanism wind turbine. Wind generator. Okay. We're missing these. These are relatively easy to make. I mean, I'm not going to optimize this too much just yet. I'll probably build as high as my aluminum allows. Ooh, that's another problem I need to consider with this plan. If I'm going to do a wind tower, then what I'm going to have to think about is also getting that power back down. And I think the pipes are kind of expensive for that application. I mean, it's 16, so probably I think at most this tower is going to be 64 blocks high. I cannot envision myself making a taller tower at all. But that's still a lot of redstone. That's 8 redstone blocks. I have 8 redstone blocks. I could get away with this. But the only other option I think I have for renewable power is through the power mod. And I know that can be a bit of a pain to work with. Well, if I need renewable energy, I need renewable energy. So these are pretty cheap. I could put this at ground level right now. Wind generator, move items, throw it on the ground. Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of wind nearby. Maybe I'll just build a stick over here and put it on top of that for now. We can move it later. I'll probably curse myself for doing this later. I don't need dirt now, actually. I need pipes. Right, so this is just going to be the general intake of all power, since at least this square, maybe a couple more squares in some direction, is going to be power generation, since we're going to need a lot of power generation. Actually, a couple more blocks high. Sort of, I'm going to cut that tree down once this is up. Do this. Make my life a little easier. Awesome. So it's filling up with power since I don't have a power outlet on it yet. Give me the pipe wrench. There we go. Shouldn't be generating a whole lot of power. Yeah, we're generating about 30 FE per tick, which is more than enough to sustain our storage system for now. So I will call renewable energy a temporary win. Probably automatic crafting next. That's going to unlock some stuff for power, but we're also going to need to actually like super invest into the automatic crafting system. It's snowing in May. Guess it is a fool. I guess I am a fool for thinking that spring was finally over. Winter was finally over. No, 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 no. Winter's never over. Just short breaks in the winter. So these crafters here are really good. Iron crafters are really cheap. I might just jump straight to that one. Because normal refined storage crafters honestly kind of suck. Kind of wonder what reborn storage is. This is expensive. I'm not going to worry about this for now. Crafter. Let's build one iron crafter. Then let's just do this. Okay, cool. So we have auto crafting done. Iron crafting is next, which is basically just a chest. Iron chest, or iron crafter, done. Now I can explode my power usage. I can explode my power usage. That is nearly a fourfold increase in power usage. I'm going to need more renewable energy sooner rather than later by the looks of it. But I should be fine. I'm actually going to need a crafter manager. Actually, no, pattern. Okay. I guess you can't stack those. I should be able to make the grid, which I can, and the pattern grid, which I can. Which means now I could do that, that, and that. Oh my god. Okay, you can stack two of them together. Seriously? Okay. I may as well put this here, so I'm really not going to use this anywhere else. What? Okay. Keep moving on. So let's make a few useful things. I know Iron Crafter's not the slowest thing I've ever had to deal with, but it's pretty slow. So instead, let's put some basics in. Let's look for the chest. Standard Minecraft chest. Let's go over to this quality of life improvement. Make sure we're doing the correct one, and we get 4 chests out of the deal. Hang on, let's double check. 25, 27. So we're paying 2 FE per tick for every pattern. That's something to consider in the short term. I am going to do a bunch of, for instance, I'm going to make the quartz enriched iron recipe here. I'm going to make that a pattern, and let's just do that. Okay, so we now have a couple of those in. Since I can't make the processors, I can't automate the processors just yet, I'm going to leave those out for now. So let's go towards let's look at what Pala has to offer. It's going to be down here in, is it just going to be all the power? It's all the power. No, it's not. It's right here. Okay, so let's get dielectric paste and a dielectric casing. We'll get there eventually. Coal, clay, blaze powder. We actually have a lot of blaze powder. That'll work out nicely for us. Because of this bad boy. Let's just do that. I'm actually going to make a pattern for that right now. Hang on to that. Also going to need iron bars, which I will also make a recipe for that. And I'm just going to turn half of these into vertical. Let's just make a whole bunch of these. Okay, cool. I've got 2 of these. Alright, awesome. And we may as well make this now. I'm out of glass. I don't have any more of these. I'm surprised I'm out of glass. Actually, I'm not really surprised I'm out of glass. That's another thing we need. I mean, glass, obviously. I just said I'm out of glass. Jetpack, so we can go get resources we need faster. Put those in, and now we have enough glass for the orb. There we go. Cool. Energizing orb. Is there something else I need? Rods and cables. Right. Cool. I'm just gonna make some cables. Let's make the rods first. We need capacitors. Which is gonna be a basic capacitor. It's gonna be a block of redstone. I can already tell that we're consuming more power than we're making. Okay, that concerning rate is mostly just because we are still using a lot of power. I'd like to make that clear. How many of these do I need? 3. Okay. That was fast. Fast enough, at least. Energy cable. I'm just gonna do this. Power has me covered. Not power, pipes. Pipes has me covered. Awesome. So we have that done. And let's work our way down here. Tiny and basic. Let's just make one. We will use these later. I'm not too worried. I just want to get the quests done for the free stuff. I want to worry about the solar panel, which is, as I predicted, very lapis intensive. So I think the next step is I'm going to think while I mine. Because I think right now we're short on iron compared to how much we're going to need. Put this in here. We're going to outgenerate that now. This way we can get some supplementary, work on getting some supplementary power generation. I also know that any temporary place where I put the waystone is going to become the permanent location of the waystone. I'd really like to attempt to make my base look somewhat presentable. Let's work on lava generators, because those are really good renewable energy. Alright, cool. I'm going to need to make more nickel for another... I already have more nickel. I don't need to make more nickel. I need to make more invar to make another invar ore hammer. Okay, so it is... Oh, are we out of nickel? I thought we had more nickel. Okay, cool. Copper ore hammer then. That will work for now. We don't have enough copper. That's unfortunate. Right, well, one last check to make sure that I'm not missing a very obvious source of nickel, and then I'll just put half a stack of nickel into a furnace. We only need a couple. I'm not too worried about it. How are we doing on power? Speaking of coal, we're doing perfectly fine on power. I did misremember at the beginning of the stream that the biggest consumer of power for me was not, in fact, the actual storage drives. It was the crafting things. A lot of iron, which is very good. I don't think we'll have to worry about iron for another 30 minutes at least. Let's start working on at least building our way up the heat generator, the power heat generator tree, thermogenerator, these guys. It's going to be a whole bunch of blaze powder and a basic capacitor. Yes, you know, this is indeed the most energy intensive part of refined storage. Let's just make it more energy intensive, right? What could go wrong? Cool, claim that. And then I'll make this. Cool. Sometimes they'll like chain together and you can get like one after the other, but that doesn't seem to happen here. All right, not too worried about that. We'll get that one. I don't really feel like setting up an energizing setup right now. Yeah, no, that's gonna take a bit more mental energy than I feel like expending right now. Oh, that's another thing. Coolants is another thing. We need a sink. Once we get the lava generator set up, which is actually might be a longer journey than I'm expecting it to be, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Because I also have to find lava, which theoretically is easy. There's the nether right there, but I will get sidetracked somewhere along the way. Pipes, fluid pipe. Let's just make another iron bucket. Okay, I'm also going to need another iron bucket. Let's just make that from this. There we go. Have the wrench. We just need lava. Right. First things first. I'm going to need a sink. Let's just put this there. I think I'm going to put a row of thermogenerators there. No, we can't do that. Let's put a sink there. Let's put the sink here. Let's put our fluid pipes along here. I'll only put 2 down. And I'll put the power pipes on top. These up top there. I'm going to put 1 down here. And if this sets things on fire, we can replace it with something that's fire resistant. Awesome. It needs water. And it's not getting water because I don't have that set to an output. And this needs to be set to an output, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Right, cool. What are you generating now? A lot of energy per tick. That's what I like to see. In fact, I will put you in there in celebration. Okay, so we now have renewable energy. That is good. You know what? I can add another 9 minutes to the stream. I'm actually not sure what to do. Yeah, I guess we can get started with mystical agriculture. May as well. Gonna need prosperity gemstone first. And we are going to need to make the crystals. Right, yeah, okay, so these infusion crystals, you make them like this. So we'll make that, and we'll make this, right? And you can only do the tier above these for turning it into essence, right? So this one, I think you can do the ones below them too. But either way, I'll just do that, okay? Yeah, and once it's been used, you have to make a new one, which kinda sucks, but it's kind of fine as well. Which means we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. Work our way up. Oh, we're out of Inferium Essence because we used all of it on Prudentium Essence, so we could just uncraft that one. Okay, now we can do this. Now we can do that. And now we can do this. And now we can do that. Oh, wait a minute. What? Apparently I am blind. I always make this mistake. You can just reuse the infusion crystal. You don't have to make a new one. I just didn't have enough Inferium. We may as well make it while we're here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and we don't have to do any more of that. We can keep working our way up the tiers here. We can only make 1 Imperium. But that makes sense. That is very expensive to make. We've come this far. Let's collect all of our quest rewards. We might actually get some free stuff out of that. We got some free stuff out of that. Fluid pipes. Just 1 fluid pipe. Let's get some seeds. Prosperity seeds. Prosperity seeds. Boom. Done. I forgot that we actually need extra stuff to work on this, which is the infusion altar. We need 1 infusion altar, which wool. I don't have a lot of wool. I think there's sheep over that way. Make some shears. If I find any red flowers, I'm picking those up too. I don't think I have any way to make red dye right now. I'm not finding sheep. I'm just calling it a night once I get back. I guess I could probably make wool. Depends on how much flax I've grown. I'm going to need 9 wool in total. Okay, well, we can try. Can I make wool with this? No, I can't. This is a moot point anyways. Is this useful for anything but string? No. Alright, well, that's the end of the stream.